Good day, everyone. So, welcome to my first ever YouTube tutorial video regarding the use of PlanSwift. So, before we start, basically, PlanSwift is used as an estimating tool para makakuha ka ng accurate estimate. Hindi naman sa super duper accurate, pero somehow a rough estimate of the floor areas, linear meters of a certain project. So usually most of the employers or clients needs to know if plano mong pumunta sa isang industriya kagaya ng virtual assistant construction, they most likely ask if you are familiar with different types of estimating tools, which is also a very big plus if you have an in-depth idea on how to use it. So for example, this PlanSwift that I will be teaching. Again, I am not an expert, but simply I will be teaching you the basics of using PlanSwift. So first of all, we're gonna use PlanSwift 10. So PlanSwift 10. So I am using PlanSwift 10. So this is like one of the projects that I have been working on, but let's start anew. So let's use another project. So basically, when using a PlanSwift, pinakauna talaga na dapat gawin natin when using a PlanSwift is to make a folder. So what I do, so let's see here. Okay, so basically, I made two folders for a PlanSwift project wherein, wait, I'm just gonna make another folder. PlanSwift samples. Okay. So, I made a separate folders. I don't care if saan nyo siya ilalagay, but usually I put it on the desktop and then kayo na bahala ano yung ipapangalan nyo. Basta I have my own folder here, which is basically all for PlanSwift. And then this folder that I name as PlanSwift, dito pupunta yung mga jobs mo na ginawa while using PlanSwift. So it should be a separate folder than the folder na ginagamit nyo para ilagay yung mga architectural plans nyo, yung kumbaga yung mga jobs nyo. So dapat nakaiba siya dito kung saan nyo nilalagay yung mga template and then yung mga jobs na nasisave nito dun sa PlanSwift. Yun. So if you have this folder na, you can go to the PlanSwift area and then we need to start new man. So, okay. So here it is. So in doing, this is the start of making a PlanSwift file. Ay, tama pala. I almost forgot. So, if kaka-install nyo lang ng PlanSwift, you need to remember that after making a folder, you need pala to go here, dito sa settings. So, here in the settings, you have this data storage location. So, in this data storage location, you need to make a folder which is dun yung ilalagay yung mga ginagawa yung job trials. Kaya naman, it's important na meron kayong ginawa na ganito so that merong idea si PlanSwift kung saan niya ilalagay yung mga folders ninyo. So what I did is click nyo lang tong new and then pangalanan nyo lang to, like for example, Chevy New PlanSwift. And then you can choose any color but I'm comfortable with white. And then you choose the folder kung saan nyo ilalagay yung mga PlanSwift files nyo. So for example, dito na lalabas why is it important na gumawa agad kayo ng mga ganito. Kasi you can choose first, if dito sa PlanSwift na to or dito sa Chevy PlanSwift files nyo, ilalagay yung PlanSwift folder nyo. So basically, di ba sabi ko kanina, itong Chevy PlanSwift files are for the files ng trial or like ng job nyo. So basically, I'm just gonna click this PlanSwift and then dito nyo ilalagay, dito makikita yung mga PlanSwift files nyo. So, and then you can just click finished here. So, meron na akong sarili so I don't have to make new one. So, yun yung uh, why is it you have your separate folder. So, now we need to make a new job. So, now we are going to try to use the PlanSwift program. So, click nyo yung new, tapos ilagay nyo yung kahit anong gusto nyong job number. So, for example, this one is a trial one. So, papangalanan ko lang siyang trial one. And then description, whether it's the project address, project name, kayo na bahala. So, I'm just gonna name it on the location na gagamitin ko for this plan, which is Davao City. And then dito lalabas yung ginawa natin sa settings, right? So, 'di ba local and Chevy. So, gusto ko siyang ilagay talaga sa Chevy. So, just put it here. So, kung anong yung nilagay nyo doon kanina sa settings, dito din nyo ilalagay sa new job location. So, yung measurement type, it's whether English ba siya or metric, but I'm gonna use metric. Yun. Then, next. So, pag-click nyo ng next, so, hahanapin natin yung PDF file na ating e-estimate. So, yung file na e-estimate natin is nandun sa, wait lang guys, it's loading. Wait. So, it's here. So, 'di ba nilagay natin yun dito sa PlanSwift samples and then Chevy PlanSwift files and then trial 2. So, we're gonna use it. Then click X, I check, and then next. And then usually, yung ginagamit ko talaga for DPI is 200 and I'm gonna use Truecaller 32-bit. So, next, and then finish. And then maglo-load na yung PDF file na ating i-estimate. Usually, it was given by the client or the builder. So, this example, guys, bear with me. This is our college architectural plan. So, I don't want to use any client's plan kasi baka magkaroon ng issue sa license or anything. I don't want to cause any problem. So, if mali-mali talaga siya, guys, bear with me. We were in college when we do this architectural plan. So, yeah. So, hindi talaga siya perfect. But, it is a good way for us to somehow you have like para magkaroon kayo ng idea how Plan Swift works. So, eto lang. So, this is a commercial building, guys. So, ito yung i-estimate natin. So, ito yung parang floor plans niya. Usually, when estimating talaga, it's important that you need to check every details of the plans. So, ayan. Ito yung elevation. Ganyan. So, pangit talaga siya, guys, no? Okay, anyways. So, dito na tayo. Okay. So, when you are using Plan Swift, like for example, we need to find the whole floor area of this first floor plan. Ito. Itong first floor plan. So, for example, our goal is to find the floor area of this first floor plan. So, first things that we need to know if ano nga ba yung pinakauna natin gagawin. Eto guys, I'm not gonna teach you what is the role of all of these ribbons, but instead, I'm gonna teach you the basic of using Plan Swift. So, pinaka-first talaga sa lahat ng Plan Swift, pinakauna talaga gawin is to scale it. Kasi sometimes, there are clients or builders na um, hindi talaga tugma yung scale na nilalagay nila dito sa kanilang plans sa actual scale ng um, ng building. So, for example, ito, yung scale niya is 1:550. So, let's try if totoo nga ba. Kasi, hindi gagana yung mga area na ganito if hindi siya nakascale. So, we need to scale the file first. So, for example, ang sabi niya dito, 1:550. Let's see if it's really 1:550. So, walang 1:550, right? So, we just click it here. Pero kung may 1:100 to guys, you can just click itong parang ganitong button niya and then they give you a different scale. Pero since wala namang 1:550, you just click the center. So, we click the auto, which is 1:550. Let's see if tugma siya. Okay. We need to use this dimension from the word itself. So, we need to find if 1:550 na ito. Oh, so this is in, okay, okay, 5 meters. So, I guess tama naman siya na 1:550. Pero ito kasi naka-mm. So, you need to take note of that. Ito kasi is naka-meter. Ito naka-mm. But it's still fine. Okay lang naman siya. Okay, let's check here if tama siya. This is 8,000, I think. Oh, it's 6,000. Sorry guys, medyo blurred talaga. Oh, it's 6 meter. Okay, so tama na tong scale. And there are also times guys na hindi talaga same ang kanilang scale talaga. Like for example, dito tayo sa elevation plans natin. Elevation plans. If tugma din ba? Oh, it's 1:400. So let's use 1:400. Okay, 5. Okay, let's see if it's actually 5. Oh, as you can see guys, ang kanyang elevation ay hindi nagtutugma. So, dito nalalabas yung tinatawag natin mag-e-estimate tayo ng scale. So, since makita natin, it's not, ano talaga, it's not feasible. Kita nyo, hindi to pwede na i-estimate nyo lang siya basta-basta na naka 1:400, 1:400 kasi mali yung scale eh. So, adjust natin siya. So, ano kayong possible scale niya? So, ito 5, ito 7.49. So, paano nyo siya gagawin para maging 5? Scale down pala tayo, guys. Sorry. Baliktad. Baliktad. Scale down tayo. Scale down. 1:300. Try natin. Oh, malapit na. Malapit na, guys. So, try 1:300 yun. Ayun. So, you need to take note of that. Actually, nandito na siya, oh. Pero I usually do take note it dito kasi in case na makalimutan, 1:268. So, transparency, auto size, and then I'm just gonna use 0.2. Ayan. Okay. Or just one na lang pala. Let's put it here. So, you need to make sure that the scale is tama. So, as you can see, guys, di talaga perfect ito na plan kasi yung dimension nito hindi tutugma dito. So, I don't know what's wrong with this plan. Kasi we made this when we were in college. So, hindi talaga siya perfect. So, we just stick with this. Okay. So, now, I think you have idea na, no, about scale. So, ito, meron tayong different types of scale dito. If wala dito yung hinahanap yung scale, then you can just click here and then put the auto mode. Or, you can choose this metric method depending on you. So, actually, ang scale din, guys, like for example, there are plans kasi na same lang talaga yung scale niya from ground floor plan until the elevation floor plan. So when you scale, pwede yung gawin nyo para hindi na kayo mahirapan mag-scale each page. So you can just put your scale here. Like for example, 1:100. And then apply to scale to all pages, meaning all pages will have the same scale. So you can just click here para hindi na kayo mag-iisa-isa ng scale. Pero sa case na to, kasi iba yung scale niya sa iba. So you cannot just click this button. Okay, so now you have an idea with the scale. Now you also have idea for the dimension. So for the dimension, guys, you just click the part na kung saan you gusto na i i-point yung cursor nyo. Like for this 1, 6, you can just click here, click here, click here, ganyan para for dimensions. So you can just select this button and then just delete it if you want to delete it. Just click the delete button. Then, okay, before anything else, before tayo pumunta dito sa part na to, so let's just first discuss itong nasa baba. So itong baba, we have this snap. So itong snap na to, the use of it is, for example, we have a linear here. Let's say this one. So itong snap is that tingnan nyo kung ano yung difference nyo, guys. Okay. So, ganito siya, guys. This is how Snap works. So, for example, we have this line. Ayan. We have this line. So, kung hindi natin i-click tong Snap na to, so when we are going to make another line, which is ano nyo lang, i-click nyo lang yung end. So, hindi siya magsisnap. Gaya ng mga sa AutoCAD, ganun. Hindi siya talaga magsisnap. So, hindi natin sure if nagtugma na siya or something. Pero if you click snap, tingnan nyo yung mangyayari. So, it will automatically snap at the ends of uh, the cursor. So, ayan. So, ganyan siya, guys. So, yan yung use nitong snap. Next is this ortho. So, pag hindi mo in-on yung ortho, guys, ayan, parang wala siyang, parang ano din siya, parang AutoCAD din siya, na hindi siya mag-ortho, hindi siya na 90 degrees, ganun. So, mano-mano talaga. Pero if i-on mo yung ortho mo, guys, it would have like a command na mag 90 degrees siya. Ayun. Okay. So, ganun lang siya, guys. So, paano ba mag-select nito? Just click it. And then, pwede nyo i-click yung control para silang dalawa sabay mong mag-delete. And then, you can just like this one and click delete. Okay. So, I guess you have an idea naman siguro, no? So, in zooming in, you just click the center button of your mouse. So, zoom in, zoom out, ganyan lang siya. And then you can use the center button, ilong press nyo lang siya to like parang pan. Parang ano lang talaga siya, AutoCAD, guys. Parang AutoCAD lang siya. Ganyan. Okay. So now, ang ating goal is to find the floor area of this first floor plan. So paano natin gagawin yun? So we can click this area button. And then itong area button na to, it has different uses. Meron tayong single click area, price per square meter, volume, metric grid tool, and choice tool. So usually, yung ginagamit talaga for estimating is this grid tool and the usual na area lang talaga. Ito lang talaga yung kiniklik ko to find the area. Click mo lang yan. And then you can choose what color. For example, I want this rose colored pink. And then pangalanan ko lang to. FFP as in first floor plan area. So, ayan. So, you can just click it here. And then, automatically, it will say na click the next point. So, kiklik nyo lang yan. So, if we wanted to know the area, pwede nyo lang yung ganyan yun. Para ka lang talagang nagdo-drawing, guys. Ayan. And then dito. Ayun. So, yan. So, makikita nyo yan dito sa take of summary kung ano nga ba yung area ng first floor plan. Which is, ang area pala nito is 3,740.13 square meters. 'Di ba? Ganyan lang siya ka-easy, guys. So, you just have to click this area button and then that's it. So, i-mapping mo lang talaga siya. Then, you can have the area. Or, sometimes, itong area na to, usually talaga hindi na namin ginagamit to. Pero sometimes, ginagamit ko din tong grid tool. If, for example, if we are dealing with wall stud framing, like for example, if this is a wall, so assume natin ito wall. Okay, so let's assume, so we can click this, ano guys ha, itong record mode, kasi ito naka-point yung record mode niya. Pero if we click this record mode box, so automatically, makakagawa ka na ng box. Tingnan nyo. Yun. So yung difference niya guys, if for example, tama pala. If you want to make a new area, tapos ito yung area na gusto nyo, you just click N. Ayan, gagawa ka na ng same area. So, if you want this area naman, you just click N. Ayan. So, delete lang natin. Okay, so for example, this area. So, you wanted to know, like, gusto mong maglagay ng wall framing or stud framing. So, you can just click this and then grid tools. And then, for example, I'm gonna color this white. Tapos, ipangalan natin stud frame. Tapos, yung gusto nating vertical spacing is 0.6 meter. So, for example, 0.6 meter. So, click lang natin to. Ayan. Tapos, piliin lang natin to. And then, ito yung starting point. Ayun. So, diba, so, gagawa na siya ng stud framing na merong 0.6 na vertical spacing. So, ayun. Yun yung use niya. So, delete muna natin to guys. Oh, I think we need to make sure na madi-delete yung ibang headlines. Yes. Okay. Tingnan nyo guys, delete natin yung wall na naging 0. So, ganun lang siya. So, if you wanted to find the area of a certain project, ganito lang yung gawin nyo. So, paano naman if gusto mo, for example, ito, merong ano dito, for example, dito na-decidean ng builder na they want this hollow. Kumbaga, walang floor dito. So, anong gagawin natin dito? So, you just click the area and then click subtract. So, ayun, magsasubtract ka lang. For example, dito, dito, and then, naka-on lang yung snap niya. Parang ano lang talaga siya, AutoCAD. And then, ganyan, snap. Ayan. Yes. So, nag-subtract na siya, guys. So, ganyan lang siya ka-easy. So, for example, sa isang builder mo, aside from floor plan area, hiningi niya lang yung area or kumbaga yung area lang ng etong rentable space number 3. So for example, ito lang yung gusto niya malaman yung floor area nito. So ano gagawin natin dito? So paano natin to i-hide para hindi tayo mahirapan? So usually, pwede natin gawin, click nyo lang tong button dito at ayun, mag-o-off na siya. So now, we can make another area kasi sabi ni client, ito lang daw na area. So for example, RA, rentable, RS pala, rentable space area. And then, ibahin natin yung color para hindi tayo malito. Like for example, itong blue. So box ka lang. Ayan. So alam mo na yung area nito. So you can go here at take-off summary and then yun. So 58.78 square meter pala to. So ito para hindi masyadong marumi tingnan. So you can just delete it. Ayun. So kung gusto mo makita ulit yung area, you just click on. Ayun. Okay. Ayun. So I guess familiar na kayo paano gawin yung paggamit nitong area. Now, let's discuss about this linear. So, itong linear naman, usually ginagamit to if, for example, eto dito. For example, dito sa part na to. For example, we need to clad etong, ano ba? Ano bang ika-clad natin? For example, let's clad this area. Etong area na to sa third floor plan. So, yung whole area nito, ika-clad natin. So, gawa tayo ng another area and then papangalanan natin to wall cladding. So, WC na lang. WC1. So, magka-clad tayo dito. Ito guys for example lang to guys Pero usually, pag sa client, iba-iba talaga yung cladding nila. Tapos, they will specify or they usually mark up kung anong part yung ika-clad mo. So, for example, ito. Whole area na to is ika-clad natin. Ayan, dito na part sa third floor. So, punta tayo sa architectural. Ayan, third floor. Ito, hindi pa natin to na, nasa scale. Hindi gagana yung area, guys, pag hindi naka-scale. So, 1:550. Invalid entry pala kasi naka. 1:550. Okay, let's check. Double check always, guys. Okay, 5 meters. Delete. Okay. So, dito, yung, nga pala guys, pwede nyo palang i-rename yung mga ganito kasi there are times na sobrang daming plans tapos malilito kayo kasi hindi naka-naming. So, for example, ito, pwede ko tong pangalanan FFP, first floor plan. First floor plan. So, yung kinading natin is around here sa may C until N. C until N. So, yung gamit ito is for us estimator malaman kung anong area lang yung kinaklading natin. So, I use this metric wall area para merong weight yung merong width yung line. So, for example, WC and then 100. So, gawin natin 200. Okay. So, ayun. 'Di ba yung kinad natin dito? Ayan. 'Di ba hindi siya kita? So, you can just adjust the width na to. So, gawin natin 400 para mas kita. Ayun, diba? Mas kita na siya. So, ito yung nag indicate na yung area na kinad nyo is dito makikita sa floor plan. Ayun. So, yun. Yun yung use na tong linear na to. So, meron din siyang ibang use like itong linear for cubic meters. Pero usually, hindi na namin ginagamit to. Pero ito talaga yung pinaka-use, itong metric wall area. So, now let's talk about segment. So, yung segment naman, yung kaibahan nito, linear is, hindi siya pa isa-isa. Pwede mo siya, kumbaga sa AutoCAD, parang polyline siya. Pero yung segment, guys, para siyang line sa AutoCAD. Tingnan. Click natin to. Ayun. Ayun. Isa-isa lang talaga siya. Hindi mo siya pwedeng gawing linear. Ayan. Pag ganyan siya, guys, yung segment. Ayun. So, delete natin to. So, yun yung kaibahan niyo, guys. Delete natin to. Okay, let's say ano tong count. So si count, usually it is used para sa mga columns for the corners. Ginagamit natin to indicate corners or anywhere na pwede natin paglagyan. Like for example, eto. Etong mga external corners natin. So pwede natin gamitin to and then click the count button and then lagay natin external corners or external column. And then, we need to scale it. Tapos, tama na yan. And then, red. So, malalaman ng team kung saan nga ba dito yung mga merong external columns. Ayan. Ayan. And then dito. Ayun. So, for example, magtanong si builder, ilan ba yung mga external columns natin? So, you can just go here, take of summary. Ayun. Meron tayong 6 external columns sa third floor plan. So, for example, you want the internal columns. So, pangalanan mo lang yan ng internal columns. Hit mo yan kasi scale and then, for example, green color. So, for example, ito, si internal columns to. Ito din. Ito din. 'Di ba? So, meron kang mga ganito-ganito, guys. So, yun yung use ng count. So, I think familiar na kayo, 'di ba? For the use of scale, dimension, area, linear, segment, and the counts. Ito dito, hindi ko na ito ituturo kasi this is not usually used talaga. Pero, I don't know, maybe sa ibang, Again, I'm not an expert. Kung ano lang yung natutunan ko, yun lang yung ituturo ko. Tama pala. Highlighter. So usually, highlighter, minsan ito yung ginagamit pag nag-highlight tayo ng part sa plan na parang importante. Like for example, ito. For example, ito. I-highlight natin tong area na to. Ayan. Parang highlighter lang talaga siya, guys. Parang ganito. Okay. Nandito pala yung rentable office. Ganyan. Pwede nyo din i-adjust yung ano niya, guys. Yung color niya, by the way. Pero hindi ko alam. Parang sa settings ata to i-edit. Or pwede din dito pala. Dito pala. Ayan. Ito, pwede nyo itong i-edit. Pwede din to. Ayan. Pwede nyo dito i-adjust yung color. Next is the note. Note usually, ito yung ginagamit ko to somehow determine saan ba yung front elevation, saan yung west, saan yung southwest, saan yung ano. For example, dito. So, dito yung front elevation ko. So basically, para hindi ako malito, nilalagyan ko ng markup dito. Ayan, nilalagyan ko ng markup. Dito pala yung front. Minsan, pag tinatamad ako, just F lang. Nilalagay ko F. Ayan. light yellow. And the transparency, ina-adjust ko dito. Auto size. And then yun. Usually, masyadong maliit to. So, ginagawa ko, ina-adjust ko lang yung size. Like, for example, 3. Ayan, para makita. Kasi yung mga client and builder, ayun nila yung hindi talaga nila nakikita. Dapat nakikita nila. Pag piniprint na yung plans. So, ayun. Meron na tayong front. So, meron na tayong notes. Overlay naman, this is usually used if you want to compare the plans from the other plans. For example, i-compare ko yung plan nung ito, yung first floor plan dito sa third floor plan. So, yung gagawin ko, click mo lang yung overlay, tapos standard overlay. And then, yung gusto mo i-compare, which is ito. Tapos, finish. And then, yun na. Adjust nyo lang. Ayun. Para ma-compare nyo. Ayun. 'Di ba? Perfect. Ayan lang, guys. So, pwede nyo din yung i-off if ever na nakakasagabal na siya. Okay. So now, alam na natin yung dito. I guess sa next video ko na lang ituturo yung ibang use ng PlanSwift kasi maingay na din dito sa bahay. So, yun lang guys. Thank you for watching.